Welcome back, my friends. Welcome to Ask the Nerd and Nerd Chic as we talk crypto. So today I want to discuss some of what we're seeing going on with Capitol Hill. Right now, it's crypto's become the hot topic as they're talking about ways to tax it and govern it and regulate it and whatever. And one of the statements made by the congressional leader, Senator Warren, she said that crypto needs to be regulated in order to be able to deal with any kind of situation where there's a bailout needed, such as in 2008 with banking. That statement in itself says that she doesn't understand what crypto really is. And let me just be clear. So I say this from a different vantage point than others. Number one, I'm a technical background. Number two, I've had time on the Hill. And so I've spoken into congressional leaders. I've talked to them about different things that have to do with tech. I've never spoken into them about crypto specifically, but when it comes to cyber stuff and security and whatever and technology and where infrastructure is and small and mid-sized businesses are and how structured they are and how their tech is and even on business continuity, I've talked about all these things with these leaders. And my experience has been when I've spoken to leaders, congressional leaders, as well as their aides and staff, wonderful people. I'm not speaking to their personality. I'm not speaking to their work ethic. I'm not speaking to anything else that they do on the Hill because a lot of them work very hard. So I'm not speaking to that. Inside of politics, they're the experts. Okay. I'm not an expert there. But inside of tech, I am an expert. Inside of crypto, I'm an expert because I do it. I develop in it. I've launched tokens. I've launched blockchains. I've worked in the early days of Bitcoin whenever it was just starting. So I've got code in there. I've got code in a lot of other projects. This is my space of expertise. So in their space of expertise, I've got no commentary. In my space of expertise, I do. And after speaking to these leaders personally and speaking to former NSA directors and that kind of thing, and speaking into where we're at in our America, I just want to say that what I'm hearing and seeing is indicative to all of the experiences I had before. 7 years ago, I spoke into some topics in tech that they did not listen to and they didn't understand. And things just transpired this year that have taken place inside of tech and has affected a large swath of America and the world. And it proves that not only did they not understand, but they didn't do anything with what I told them. So getting called in those meetings and going on record and off record, having those conversations, it did nothing to change what has transpired in the very things I consulted in with them before when I was on the Hill. So here I am today and I'm in crypto and I'm saying, I'm reading these words by Warren, I'm reading these words by Ginsler, and I want to say this. So here's the thing. In MIT teaching world, I can't do anything there. I've never been a professor. In politics, I've never done politics. I can't say anything to that. But in crypto and technology, I can speak to that because I've got a lot of experience. I know what I'm talking about. I've developed, I've done projects that have spanned across big companies like Comcast and others. I've implemented architecture and things that are just incredibly unique and new and whatever. Inside this space, I'm working in projects in crypto. And when I hear someone say the kinds of language that she's using, it just tells me she doesn't understand the very basis of what this is. This is not a bank. This is not banking. There's no bailouts. This is project and technical related. Now, you're going to say, Dustin, there's folks out there who are investing in the crypto. Like there's these leaders that are fighting for it and they're investing in it. Well, look at their investments, even though they're fighting for it. So, irregardless of side of the aisle, irregardless of investment, non-investment, let's talk about what they really know. What they're investing in tells me that they don't understand the underlying technology or the value. They're investing in some meme coins, some of them. And it's like, great, can you make money there? Yeah, but that tells me they don't understand. So here we've got folks who are wanting to create regulation about something they don't understand at all. Crypto isn't something to be bailed out. Crypto has value because the projects that are embedded on it and the folks that hold the tokens or currency, coins, whatever, connected to it. It's an intrinsic value until there's projects. So meme tokens and coins, that's intrinsic value. It's because someone's emotionally tied to or whatever. But when there's projects connected to it, it actually does a service like ledgers and smart contracts. There's something of value there. And that thing isn't built on banks with employees that need bailing out. It's built on foundations and DAOs and groups that aren't owning it the same way. So when it comes to this and I hear those kinds of statements, it tells me that people are making regulations without getting people that actually understand the projects and the underlying value to what's going on in this crypto. There's some folks that invest in NFTs and create them that don't even know what they really are, what a non-fungible token is. And I'll say this about Ginsler. I'm so glad he teaches or he taught me as a professor because I can't do that. I've not done that. I've never taught at MIT. But what we say in the tech world is those that can do tech, do tech. Those that can't do tech, teach tech. And I'm not saying anything to be offensive to anyone out there who's a teacher in tech. It's just that when you're really in tech and you can do development, you can do code, and you can push the extreme of what this stuff can do, you're not out there teaching something that's past information or catching up with it. Their books that they teach have words that we came up with. So we're on the forward side. There were no books that taught the kinds of things that we've done. And so that's what I'm saying is it bothers me that people are regulating and speaking into it without getting the proper support and backing. So don't just get someone who taught crypto before or taught some kind of tech before to make the decisions or regulations. Don't let someone who's old and may have bought a couple. I bought some Dogecoin and some. I bought that. What is it? Shiba token, right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, it needs to be people that are actually doing the technology. Grab some of the folks that are professionals in it. You know, it took a while for people to catch up with the internet. And then after everything had already taken off, they decided, hey, maybe we should pull in people from Facebook and Google and others and Apple to talk about what just happened with this and how governances are done and, you know, net neutrality or whatever. Why did we wait so long? Because the folks on the Hill, God bless them, they need to hear something. They are not the experts in this. They've got politics, good for them. They've got social media, good for them. They've got platforms, good for them. They know those things. They know how to write a law, read a law, whatever. They know how to put a team together, good for them. I don't. I will never say that I know something I don't know, but they shouldn't either. Don't say that you know how to regulate something just because you bought some Dogecoin. Don't say that you know how to regulate something just because you've helped take care of the banking industry that still has CDO and obligations and contracts that were not completely fixed from 2008 and that actually still needs more regulation. You want to talk about what needs regulation? You need to get regulated all the crap that's still going on in the banking industry in the dark world of banking because it's still there. The same things that broke our economy in 2008 are still there right now. So why don't you regulate that since you know it? I don't know that stuff. I just know that it didn't get fixed. The Frank Dodd rule didn't work. And instead get some people that understand the underlying value projects and what's really going on in Ethereum, what's really going on in this technology, and ask them for advice. So the best presidents I've seen on both sides of the aisle have been ones that have gotten the leaders in whatever field they don't understand to advise them in the decisions they make. So here's my open letter to Senator Warren and SEC Chair Ginsler. Why don't y'all get some folks that actually know what this is about? Get some of the weird hackers that you're throwing down and you're talking bad about to tell you what's really going on behind it. Give you some insight into what's going on. You know what? At the end of the day, we have much more transparency and openness with our open blockchains. Now, I can't speak to private blockchains like Monero, whatever, but in our open blockchains, we have much more transparency because you can go onto, you know, Etherscan or look at Bitcoin and you can see what's going on in all the ledger and transactions. We got much more transparency than just about anybody in the banking world. And I challenge you to prove that I'm wrong. So go get some of us dark world hackers and bad guys and ask us what we really know and believe, and we will fill you in so you can make some truly informed decisions because we don't need bailouts and we are not the dark world of what I call Wall Street. What? Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Ask the Nerd and Nerd Chic.